What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another EP of the Not Fazed Talkshow.
Yo, yo.
Yo, what is happening, motherfuckers? Did you ever used to go like that there when you were a kid? You go, yo, and then they turn around and go, what? And you go, no, I'm just playing with me yo. That was one of our fucking class school things. Fuck's sake.
Oh, starting us off with a belter there, man.
She's a belter. Do you remember Hixie playing that in fucking...
He's that Jerry Cinnamon.
Jerry Cinnamon, yeah.
What's his name?
Jerry Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
Don't know, mate. I've never said his name.
After the amount you can say Cinnamon.
Cinnamon?
Aye, that's his name.
That's what I said.
Cinnamon.
Well, maybe I did do that there. Watch it back. How long do we pause?
Anyway, welcome to another edition.
Just want to let everyone know you may buy your tickets for Not Fazed because they're going pretty good.
Yeah, they're flying out now.
Don't want you to be disappointed.
I ain't going to be disappointed because I haven't got a ticket.
I know. Your name's not down. You're not getting in.
Oh,
What tune was that?
What?
What tune was that in? If your name's not down, you're not getting in. Not getting in.
I've never heard a tune with that on it.
No?
Is that the new Ghost Producer one you've got going for us? Is it?
No, it's an old one, like.
No,
It's a real old one, like.
I've never heard that.
Fuck, that would be a Google that. If your name's not down, you're not getting in. You know, it's in the sort of vein of like, it's not a hardstyle one, I'm near sure, like, of
Let's see. If your name's not down.
You're not coming in. You're not coming in.
Is it not coming in or not getting in?
You're not getting in. Getting in.
It's a song by Bouncer.
Oh, do you want to play it?
By the Claxons.
I play it.
Your name's not down, you're not coming in.
Someone's raved it
Your
up,
name's not
obviously.
down, you're not coming in.
There we go.
Not tonight, not tonight.
I think that'll...
I
just wanted to make sure I wasn't fucking full of shit there. But someone had raved it up. No, like, and they play it, and then it's just like the bouncers telling them, Code Black? In that sort of vein, I reckon that's where he sniped that idea from, to be fair. You had a good idea like that the other night, actually?
I actually was speaking to Code Black about that, the Oi fucking Oi tune.
Yes.
And said to him, it was up in Kelly's, whenever he was playing at the Keeping It Real Alive event. Excuse me. And I said to him, that Oi fucking Oi tune, it was a great idea, it's a good fucking sing-along tune, like, how did you come up with it? And he's like, whenever we were over here and hear you guys going, oi, fucking oi. And I was like, aye, but that's us, that's not the fucking English. They're all here we fucking go.
That's a Scottish here we fucking go. Remember Showtack done one with that years ago?
But I thought that was pretty cool. So we actually inspired that tune.
Yeah.
Because we're a bunch of Hollands.
What's your thoughts on chants?
On chants?
At raves, yeah.
What do you mean?
Do you like them?
People chanting?
Do you like them or doing that?
I thought you meant chances in like...
Football chant?
No, a game of chants that you fucking do. I don't know, some chants are good and some chants aren't so good.
Yeah.
One thing I've always noticed, and it's especially with our crowd, they're always one bar off.
Yeah.
So like they'll start the chant one bar in the word the chant probably should have, and that's the production and the DJ side of you going like, guys, get in fucking time here. Do you know what I mean? If we're able to fucking beat match this, can you not at least beat match your chant of the tune? Come on now.
It's like a football match, but you go to a football match, it's so big and everyone starts singing, half the stadium's behind because of the noise by the time it gets to your ear. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking strange the way it works, like. But I like them, mate. The only one like that, aggy, oi. Things like that fucking drive me fucking crazy. Like, I'm not into that. I like to hear we fucking go and...
Aye, but that's like 90s fucking chant, do you know what I mean? Okay.
I was trying to say our crowd's all old people.
No, but was that not like fucking Maniac or something? That's where that all came from. Okay, oi.
It's definitely that generation, like.
Yeah.
That fucking tune still does well, that Maniac 2000.
That's it. It's a crowd pleaser. But no, there's some chants that are good, and then there's some that are just like no.
I
see when the crowds start going phase fucking 2, I hate it.
Do you?
No, I'm not joking.
I was gonna say I fucking love it. Phase fucking 2.
It is though,
mate,
but it G's you up a lot more. Like you just be like,
fucking right.
All right, you want it? Fucking.
You want some? I'll give it you.
You really are turning into him, like, aren't you? What are you doing?
getting my notes up.
Oh, right, okay.
Just why do you have to fucking comment on everything? Just relax and let the flow go.
Because you would give off to me if I was on my phone. Be like, oh, what are you on your phone for? Dick.
No, I have some things I'll talk about later on the show.
Oh, Jesus, Mr. fucking professional.
Oh, why? Have to?
I just have 2 beer and see what happens.
Let me lead the way.
Yeah, pretty much.
I lead, you follow.
Aye, well, it's about time you took the lead on something, fuck's sake.
Mate, I lead this whole shebang.
Aye.
Well,
Our new tanning studio, fuck's sake.
The lighting looks way better on this.
Yeah.
We got new lights, and it means we don't have to have them stupid yellow lights on.
Yeah.
And it does actually look cool as fuck.
At least we don't see that wee circle anymore, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was annoying actually, wasn't it?
Once you looked away and you're like, oh, look at that.
No, they're not too bad on. Now, if you look right in them, they're bad in the eyes, like. But they're not too. They're nice and white.
Yeah.
Just how we like it. That sounded so bad. Actually, I was just. Fucking, I was hinting at spunk, not fucking. Anything racist.
There was in no way, shape, or form anybody picked that up to mean spunk. That was definitely racist, mate.
That's terrible, mate. But well, what have you been up to? Did the child enjoy her birthday?
Which day of the birthday, mate?
Three
3 days of fucking child's birthday. No, she had a great time. Still didn't get her McDonald's but
I know, fuck's sake.
No, it was good times. We sat in the house and just done a wee quiet one on our actual birthday because it was Friday after school.
Yeah.
Then done the ice bowl on the Saturday, which was fun. So we'd booked a taxi for 20 to 1. Or 20
I
past
left
12.
here a quarter to 1. 20 to 1, quarter to 1.
We found out that
I didn't get there. It was nearly an hour later I got there. Like.
Oh, it was crazy. I felt
way.
awful. I was like, oh, what's the point in you even coming now? Fucking sitting in bypass, sort that out.
Well, no, imagine closing it on. So for anyone that doesn't know, Sydenham bypass is Sydenham, and some would say that's the best thing about East Belfast, the Sydenham bypass. But it's
because it bypasses Sydenham.
Because it bypasses a fucking place. It's a shithole. But anyway, the airport knows on that road. The city airport, and they had to close to do roadworks
on a Saturday
afternoon. So for what would be a 15-minute journey for me, took me an hour. I had to try to go through the town to begin with, realise shit, you're not going anywhere fast here.
Aye.
So I went down the motorway and headed towards Beaver, like over Shaw's Bridge.
Aye.
And then just down the outer ring.
You're going back Arse Face for a shortcut.
Fucking hell, it was a nightmare.
See, we went up to Newcastle on the Saturday, went up to Mount Panther. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
It would be a good one for the kids, mate. It's like a farm, but it's not a farm. Like it's they have farm animals, and it's like an old farm. It's not an active farm that's used anymore. They have like alpacas and fucking.
They're wild.
I can't even remember what you call them now. It was fucking some Australian animal, but they were beside the cows, which I find highly wallabies.
Yeah,
like,
wallabies.
Because we went to Newcastle to see wallabies and cows. Well, to be fair, we didn't.
See, to be fair, is that thing where one got out? It was on the news the other week. Did you see that? Well, like a kangaroo escaped and it was on the news.
A wallaby's not a kangaroo.
But it's kind of like a kangaroo. Like
they come from Australia. That's the second bit of racism you've had already.
I know it's
they're all from fucking down under. Same thing.
The jump, the hop. Do you know there's an island of them off the coast of Ireland?
An island of kangaroos.
Of wallabies, I think it is. Google that shit. It's something like that there, but it's the only outside of Australia.
You said that far too confidently for that to be true.
I know. More I think about it, it might not be wallabies, but it's something weird. Island of wallabies.
Not far off the coast of Ireland's County Dublin, there's a private island with some unlikely inhabitants, along with native bird colonies and herds of cattle. The eyes are
wild mob of wallabies. Told you.
Lambay.
I seen that before, mate. It's the only place outside of like Australia that has wild fucking wallabies.
It's weird as fuck.
It's only a couple of hours down the road.
It's private though. You have some fun trying to get in there. But so after we'd done that, they had some wee Halloween thing on. It was pretty good to have this big like inflatable pillow that's like fucking huge, just for kids to jump on and all. Was mad. So then we went off to Newcastle for lunch. Went in the mods. The queue was really long.
It's
so
always a nightmare.
Right, we'll go down the road and see it anywhere else. Went to two other places, but still bad. So we went back up the mods again. As we got the mods, some woman. Now, the timing of this, you couldn't even write it any better. this woman lost her shit as we arrived at the door. Was like, "This is a fucking disgrace. Been waiting here for so long. I am out of here." And like really made it obvious that she was leaving the premises.
Carn.
And literally, as she walked out the door and down, the queue moved, and the person in front of her went in. She would have went in, and the group behind her went in. I was like, that was fucking brilliant. You literally lost your shit, and you would have went in if you'd have waited 10 seconds longer, you crazy bitch. So then, got that. And I think we've talked about this before. The child doesn't copy me for swear words, but she's sort of done it again, but it was so fucking class the way she done it. I was like, well done, kid. So we're having a bit of banter because it's their birthday, and it's like, well, only another 14 years now until you can get a house. Like, oh, but Daddy, I'll always live with you and Mummy. I was like, no, you bloody won't. And she looked up at me and went, yes, I bloody will. And it was just the straight dead eye ever being like, yes, I bloody will.
Well,
like,
at least
fuck.
it's not a bad swear word.
Oh, she's already said fuck because of me. Like, it's fine. Just the once, it's okay.
I know.
And even that was delivered with attitude. It was like, well done, kid. Well done. But don't fucking say that again.
Aye. Well, that's good. I'm glad she had fun. She was buzzing whenever we got there on Saturday. Like,
she was still going at 10 o'clock last night. Me and Nicole kind of looked at each other, and it was like somebody like give her a wee dab of speed or something. She got to the point where she was talking just for the sake of talking. Like, there was words coming out, and she wasn't even aware of what she was about to say next. So she would like, I think that my doll's gonna stay over tonight. my doll's gonna stay over tonight. Can you believe it? It's like, can you believe it? You're the one that's fucking making this up. But she was just, I made sugar and energy from the week just buzzing. She told us not. She woke up and she's like, I think my hands got a bit bigger. I was like, Jesus, everything. She was like, I got taller.
I remember telling her Aisha and all that too. Like, you grow when you go to sleep. Mate, see, for about 2 weeks, every day she woke up, she's like, definitely got a bit bigger. I was like, well, last night. And I was like, yes, you have. Fuck's sake.
That's a good idea to get in the sleep. But I was like, I see if you get a good night's sleep, you fucking grow a wee bit. You want to be big, don't you?
You want to be big and strong. You get it when you sleep. You need
sleep
8 hours.
12 hours, mate. 12, come on.
Fucking wild.
But yeah, that was a number of oddities that happened throughout the weekend. It was just one mad thing after another.
Mate, do you ever get it where like you fucking need a shite, right? Listen to me. This blew my mind actually.
Did it blow
do
your
you ever
hold,
get
did
it? No. But do you ever get it like you need a shite and you can feel it, it's just there but it's not coming out?
Yeah.
Do you know women stick their finger in their fanny and push it?
Right.
Exactly, you dirty bitches.
No. Hold on. First of all,
there's over. I think it's over 30% of women. So that means if it was 10 women here, 30% of them will put their finger in and put it, and it's very common. Like, so like, say you're sitting.
No.
Yeah.
No. Let me fucking. Right. First of all, why did you think that it was necessary to tell me this now?
Because they're dirty bitches.
Right.
But also, there's some times where I'm fucking down for a shit and it won't come out, and I'm like, I wish I could fucking put my finger up my chops and push it.
That's what I was gonna say. So, how have you come about this?
TikTok. Some girl was going, there's 99 reasons that having a fanny's shite, but there's one good one.
I can't believe I'm having this conversation with you.
It's not mad as fuck, but
we are both entirely not educated enough on the whole fucking female situation.
We have Google here
to be judging this. I'm not getting into a fucking science class with you.
It's over 30%. So what to do is you stick your thumb. Some say I use my finger, some say my thumb. Just give it a wee tap, and it just comes out like a rabbit shit.
Oh my god, that's so graphic.
It's crazy, man. The lucky bastards, like. But it's also disgusting. Part of me's going, yes, fucking dirt birds. And I see underneath too. See, whenever I seen the video and your woman was explaining it.
Right. So can I also just check? Because again, we've proven this on multiple occasions. You see things and make up your own story to this.
Mate,
so
it's over 30%.
After you seen it, don't
I
keep
Googled
giving
it,
me fucking numbers. Did you actually go and research this after you watched the video?
Yeah, over
that's worse.
Mate, I couldn't believe it.
What are you watching on TikTok to get this shit?
just your woman popped up on my fucking wee thing, and I was
Do you know
like,
what?
what is she on about? See, once she mentioned vagina, I was like, right, you've got my attention. And then she says, did you ever get it? You need a shade? And I was like, right, a wee bit less interested than I, but go on. And then she says, well, sometimes women
This
just...
seems to be a fetish. I was the word that I had.
I was like, oh, vagina, ooh. And then I was like, shade. And I was like, nah. It's not madness, but...
I miss
But
when
it
you told
make-
me
it-
about the fucking war.
Mate, it makes so much sense. I'm like, right,
No, it doesn't.
hold on, actually.
How does it
The
make
fucking
so
vagina
much
wall
sense?
goes parallel with the fucking arse. So if there's something in there,
my God.
surely you could just tap it with your finger and get it out.
I can't actually deal with this.
I know
I
because
feel-
you're
I feel
thinking
like-
in the cold doing it, and I'm thinking how it is disgusting.
No, it's more. I'm just like, you probably had this prime for about 5 days, and you've been sitting this going.
It wasn't
"Oh,
actually. It was at least 2. Like
a number 2.
that's the name of the show, number 2.
Oh my goodness! I'm so glad that we've now become an educational podcast instead of 2 ages. Was it a history podcast the other week, and now we're
Dirty
fucking
bastards, mate. Tell me.
a biology podcast.
But there's some days, mate, where I'm going, there's a shit right there, and it just will not come out, and I'm like, I wish I could give it a wee push. Give it a wee thumb.
If you're really that desperate, could you not just fucking stick a finger up?
No, but then you have to touch shit. There's a full fucking, what is it, your fucking vagina walls between that.
Oh, almighty, can we fucking just segue off this? I'm actually horrified by this topic. What the fuck? What do you watch on your phone?
Mate, it was shown to me, and I was like, as I told you, I was like, this is very educational when she mentioned vagina, and then she said, and I was like, I couldn't believe it, mate. I was gobsmacked as you. I've had a few days to digest it.
I'm now just thinking of the thousands of listeners that are sitting there that are male going, does my girl do that? And the females that are listening going, now people are going to know our secret.
Well, you can thank that American bitch. Why are Americans so stupid?
Is this a joke, or do you want me to actually give you a
No,
list of reasons?
why are Americans so stupid?
Why?
Because they keep shooting all the ones that go to school.
I think you told us this joke before.
I told you in the car. I
Is that what it was? Rehashing old material, mate. It's getting bad. It's getting bad.
No, but I didn't tell the punters.
Yeah, all right, okay. Sorry, guys. You can't really top the last fucking sentence you made. We kind of need to bring
That
it
was
down
amazing,
again.
mate, wasn't it? That's very educational. Now you can.
I feel like we need.
You
to
have
take
a
like
daughter.
fucking-
You have a daughter. You can educate her on how to get
I
poo
have
out of her
nev-
arse.
I do. It's called do a shit and let's go.
Oh, fuck me. Wild bad.
I feel like we need a fucking commercial break or something to go and like just have a shower to get that fucking conversation.
Wash your mind out. Dirty bastards you are, mate. I'm telling you. Fucking dirty bastards. Who would have
But
knew?
we still love them though.
Aye. Who would have knew? Like, I didn't, mate,
You've
it's-
genuinely rubbed my brain of anything to fucking speak about now. Like, I actually have no words or thoughts in my head about what I can say. I don't even think.
all he's thinking about shit.
I'm just so baffled that that's what you fucking hit me with. I told you a nice wee story about my child's birthday, and you're like, do you know what women do? They
It
stick
was-
fingers up themselves and rub the
It was
shit
top
out
of
of
my
them.
list, that's why.
Jesus God, what else is on your? Is that the fucking
start-
worst thing? Is it?
No, mate, here, get your airdrop up there.
No.
There was,
Fuck me.
this will not be able to be shown on YouTube, though. Do you like shit? I want you. But, mate, you were as gobsmacked as I was. Like, see, whenever I seen it too, I was like, there's no way this is true. Google. And it was like, yep, fucking 30% of women. 30% of women will do it. And I'm like, these are fucking crazy.
I'm gonna get like a wee counter and put it up on screen for the amount of times you said 30%.
Well, that was the number they gave me.
Right, I know, but you're like the child. You don't need to keep saying the same thing. We get.
Mate, mate, if there's fucking 300 women at Not Fazed, fucking 30 of them.
Now I'm gonna be standing there whenever we're DJing, throwing a few shapes, being like, I wonder which one it is.
Just stop halfway through. Do you use your fingers to pull out your poop? And then at the end, it goes just before it drops, goes, dirty bitch. Boom, boom, boom.
I quit. I don't think you can top that. I really don't. What are you sending me? I'm fearful now of what you're fucking sending me.
No, that's not bad.
Why are you sending me a YouTube link?
So you can put it up. It's easier.
Oh, right, okay.
Right, so this is fucking. This is insane. So let the advert. We're still learning, folks.
Let the advert play.
So this is the future now. This is what's going to happen.
Right.
In the future. So look at this here.
Grocery packing warehouse in the southeast of London.
This is
Folks
where
have ordered their groceries online, and instead of people walking up.
So this is how you're getting your deliveries sent.
Right.
Like Tesco shopping. We see these wee fucking machines, mate.
Up and down the aisles of a traditional grocery store to pick up items, these little devices move more than a million items every day between them.
But that's
instead
just
of trying to build
Amazon
machines that fit into a world designed for humans.
Exactly. Humans. Now, pause it there. There seems to be quite a bit of few cars in the car park. So obviously humans are still there.
You still need people to fucking operate it, and I would say that's not just a factory of robots. You're still going to have the administration office. You're still going to have the financial office.
But you have to
fucking.
I know, but like me and you couldn't work there. We don't have the qualifications to be doing that bit. This is going to affect the people on the fucking lower end of the spectrum.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? And so does universal basic income then become a priority in this case? But like, just watch these wee fuckers.
7 football fields is custom built to make this as efficient as possible. I cannot get across on camera just how.
So it's 7 football fields the size of the fucking place.
Do you know what? See if these wee fuckers could get my McDonald's to me without making the order wrong, I would be quite happy, because the ones down at Conswater are fucking incapable.
I 100%, mate. See how many times you get fucking cheese on
this
shit.
wee guy's face, sorry, just looked down, it's like, yay, robots!
Mate, someone crap up and put a dick in his hand.
2 dicks?
2 dicks. Oh, fucking hell.
All over his face.
Incredibly large
So,
this whole place is.
Obviously, suppliers are bringing the stuff in, right? Let's get back to the point. It's this is the end of times. So suppliers are bringing stuff in, and then they're putting in baskets, and it's within, I think he says, 8 hours or something, they get it in and out of your fucking house.
That's impressive.
Very impressive. Now,
But
don't get me wrong.
They'll not be doing it in the 8 hours of the fucking sitting and bypass is closed, I'll tell you that much.
Not a chance. But at the end of the day, right, I get it. It costs a fortune to run that. Obviously, in most businesses, the main outgoings is wages.
Do you think about it though? See, with doing jobs like that, I would say that there's a lot of claims or payouts for back strain or damage to injuries and stuff. That takes a lot of that
away
out of it. Plus, you don't have to pay a pension to a fucking robot.
Again, it fucks us, the workers. It fucks the working class right up the arse.
Yeah, but we are.
It's like sticking a thumb up our
we are just little pawns to people. We will never know the big fucking secrets. Do you know what I actually started watching today? Jesse Ventura conspiracy theory.
I've watched loads of them
and he goes out to fucking disprove stuff or see what the crack is. Do you know what the first one I watched was, man? Reptilians. And I was like, do you know what? I'm going to have a fucking laugh at this. And do you know what? I had a good fucking laugh at it. Like, some people are crazy.
I know, mate.
Like, oh, look, you can see their eyes changing. It's like, yeah, but you've also just put a filter and colour on. And won't show me the raw
and
clip.
There's lights. Like, I'm sure lights in our eyes now.
But the way they're putting stuff onto it, you're like, well, you could have just put a wee filter on that. And you're saying that's what that is. Like, that's... Nah.
No, I don't get that. Now, back in the day, I told you last time, a couple of episodes ago, like, I was balls deep in that.
Oh, why?
I'm telling you, the Queen definitely shapeshifts and all. Like, it's like, but once you start doing it, you say you just fucking go to debunked. Obviously, not in terms of reptilians. I think it's anyone with common sense realizes it's a load of bollocks. Like,
there's
one
a few
about
them
Welsh boys and all
the death laser.
The death laser.
That they've now invented that they can give you anything from, like, the laser goes under your skin and irritates your nerve cells, so you'd think you're having a stroke or something, and then if it hits you in the heart, they can give you it looks like not like there's no burn mark, there's no penetration to the skin, but whatever, it's like microwaving.
Yeah.
But they can do it from a handheld thing that goes to you. Now, I would buy into this because there's scientists and all have come out and talked about this. It's based on Nikola Tesla's energy displacement and how you can use energy within a room Like the way there's microwaves and fucking Wi-Fi and everything floating about here and 5G and all that shit. And you've got like, there's a big handful of 5G there, but using that and harnessing it as a weapon, but they can do it apparently on a bigger scale where you could destroy a building.
I think I've seen that, but I think seen a video on that before. It was maybe it was a Soundwave one, where there was like some office of people died of fucking. Or no, I can't remember. I'm talking. I know it was something along those lines, but I don't want to speak on it. I would need to research it again and see what it was. But it was like true, like it actually happened. Where or no, it was the Cubans. Doing
it was Cuban spy.
They were doing it to like American CIA office.
And they were feeling like
and
their
I
head
didn't.
was
I
going
don't
on.
think any of them died, but they
No,
all ended up
all
coming
really
back.
sick.
That's what it was.
Why does everything have to be weaponized though? Like the way that the show, the technology that Tesla was working on was to give everybody free electric, and it wouldn't fuck with the world. And they were like, no, because we're not going to make money off that.
Yeah.
And now they're like, oh, do you remember that stuff that he did that was going to give everybody free electric? See, if you just like tweaked it a bit and put it this way and put it in a laser, you could kill someone with it. It's like, why do we need to spend? The world's in poverty and there's no money. Oh well, we've just spent like $6 billion on fucking arms defenses. Why? Why do we need that to scare other countries so they don't fucking fight it?
I agree, mate. Like they split the atom and then fucking bomb Japan and then create fucking nuclear reactors after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
We get even like down to the smallest bits of technology, like your phone, or even computer games like FIFA and stuff. Every year there'll be another thing comes out. It's like, oh, it's slightly better than it was last time, but we'll charge you a fortune for it. It's like we get technology,
the
and
new
instead
FIFA's
of
like 80 quid or something.
Aye,
I remember used to get it for 40.
you think if you took technology and instead of just being like, all right, this is cool, how can I make it better and better and better, wasting all these other resources? Take the technology that you have and use the fuck out of it. Like whenever the PlayStation 4 came out, and then they were still releasing stuff on the PlayStation 3, and they released The Last of Us exclusively for the PlayStation 3, and they're like, yeah, we fucking tried to push this so hard to see what we can get out of this machine, and it was like the best game ever fucking made.
Yeah.
Like, and you were like, holy fuck, this is... And then whenever you played it on PS4, it was better.
Yeah.
But the fact that they said, no, there's a new machine, but we're going to do it on this, and you're like, well, that's what you should do. Push technology to its fucking limits before you try and improve it.
iPhones and Samsungs and all, see every update you do, like, it just makes your phone slower, and this is proven facts.
Drain
but
battery to force you to buy a new product.
To force you to buy a new one.
Yeah.
So like, if you're on like, just use Apple as an example because I know it better. If you're on like iOS, say you have an iPhone 10 now, and you're on iOS 16 or whatever it's up to, like the chances of it running, and even at that, the chances of you having enough memory on your phone to download the new software, the new iOS is slim. But then not only that, then the phone, all the apps update to work with the new iOS, so you can't use your Facebook app because your phone's not up to date. And it just they do it with the computers and the laptop.
Mate,
see that laptop I have, still fucking dead on. The only problem is it won't go past whatever iOS it's on now.
Yeah.
Because it's too old.
But
the computer run, like I've had it for maybe 12 years now. It runs fine still, and the only thing is the battery. You know what I mean? You can change the battery quick, but it's pointless even doing anything with it because it won't up like anything. Like even I see even like Google Chrome won't work properly because you need the new operating system.
But that's even on this. I was looking at my storage space the other day, and it's like, what is it, 250 gig internal memory, and it was like 100 gig of that is being used by Apple's internal stuff, and you're like, so it's not 250 gig, it's 150 gig, you bastards.
I know. They should be giving you that space free to fucking run their software.
That's what we were saying before this. Like, Apple is just like a fancy Ryanair. It's like, oh yeah, you can have a computer. Oh, you want actual ports to plug stuff in? Oh no, you have to pay for them. You want keys? Oh no, that's going to cost you a fucking fortune.
That's it. I will give you a flight for fucking 30 quid, but then your bag costs you 40.
Sorry, you want to get on the flight as well? Right, sweet. Sorry, no, that'll be another 20 quid.
I thought you were just reserving your seat there, sir. Fucking cunt. But now it is. But now I understand it as in I understand it from the perspective of everything's getting better and upgrade, but it's not to like your loyal customers that you're fucking. Like you should be able to backwards like use them backwards easy enough. I'm sure. Sure,
it's even whenever you go and try and upgrade your phone and you're like, right, what's the best deal you can give me? It's like this. and you're like, well, hold on. I've just seen that you're offering a new customer all the bells and whistles for like a $5. But that's for new customers. Like, but I've been your customer for 10 years. Why am I not getting it with all the bells and whistles? Oh, because that's just what the rules are. Are you going to pay us?
Yeah. Sky are absolute cunts for that, mate. Like, I was paying like 120 quid last year for internet. Just to, what happened was, the way that they could give you like an 18-month contract.
Right.
So I was paying like fucking 60 quid or something, 18-month contract. And then obviously whenever it starts to go over, they just keep raising everything. Now I didn't have a sports or anything. I just used the old fucking Fire Stick for sports and all, but just had the basic package, for like hell or I'll watch fucking Coronation Street or whatever. Right. And I remember looking, going like, I'm paying £120 here. And then I phoned them up and they were like, no, there's nothing we can do, I was like, right, no problem, just cancel that. And they were like, right, dead on. So I literally had it all cancelled. And then, like, 2 days before the thing had ended.
You play the game, mate, and they phone you back.
Made 50 quid for the same thing. I was like, fucking cunts.
See, because I've had the joy of working for Sky and all them there people, I know how the process works. So whenever, like, Herma or something's coming up their cancellation time or renewal time, I'm like, right.
Remember you phoned me and got me a deal? Hello, Mr. Surgeon. Years ago, this was like.
No. I didn't do that for you.
It was your mate.
My mate.
Remember your mate rang me?
No, it wasn't my mate either, because I can still get in trouble for that. It was some person that was in the same building as me. So here's one for you, right?
Yeah.
Do you believe in time travel? Either the possibility of it, or...
I don't see a reason why not. Like, there's the universe is that big, and there's meant to be so many maybe not time travel, but interdimensional travel, like through dimensions, maybe. I don't know, mate. I'm genuinely open-minded about it all. There's the mathematics will say, it's all possible.
Well, I've been sort of trying to understand it a wee bit recently, and all the theories of wormholes and the math behind it, and fucking it's like bending time. And you're like, okay, I can buy into your premise.
I told you to watch that thing. Did you watch it? Interstellar.
Yes,
I did. Like that. That was class.
I actually did.
Like, see, the thing that blew my mind the most was the fact that because this planet that they went on and then when they went back, it was like 50 years later, but they were only down for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
That blew my mind, and I remember, like, I understood what was happening when I watched the film. Then after, I started going back and like watching things.
The one thing I would say about, and this is a spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen Interstellar.
Before, pause it if you haven't seen it and you're interested. It's a fucking great show.
Oh, it is 100% a fantastic film. Would definitely recommend it. But the one thing that I was bothered by was the ending. I think
where the Earth's bent and like the circle, he meets his daughter.
Where he falls into that wee fucking like the world beyond kind of
string
thing.
theory.
Yeah, like I get that. How do you really portray something on screen that we don't understand? Like, the math is there, but how do you describe that when no one's seen it? So I get that, but at the same time, it kind of ruined the movie a wee bit for me.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, but again, it's no fault of their own, because they're trying to create images of something that nobody has ever seen, and it's all just theoretically possible in someone's head.
That's it. They had theories of lots of different things in that
like
movie.
The whole, the planets and stuff, whenever they visited that, and the time continuum between things, like, yes, I get that, and that was class, but it was just that wee bit and how...
Yeah.
But the story behind it all was class. But again,
so the black hole is in the I understand me, because he falls in the black hole where you're meant to be dead.
Yeah, but
he's in the back of his cupboard, knocking the fucking thing.
He's in like the fucking, he's hacked his life and seems to have like went into a back. It's like whenever in the Matrix, the second one where Neo meets the key man, and he's like gets out of the Matrix for a second and they wee back corridor. Yeah.
I've never watched the Matrix. Sorry.
Have you not?
Never, mate. No.
The first one's good, the other two not so much.
Well, picture this, right? So your life's over, you kick a bucket, all that bollocks, right? Then something happens, you wake up again, but you're not in heaven, you're not in hell, you're not in any other afterlife. You're actually in your bed in the year 2342, right?
Right.
And you're like 16-year-old, and you've just played an immersive game that takes you back to the dark days of the 21st century. What do you do?
Be like, fuck, that was a good game. What's for dinner?
Mate, that simulation theory, have you been into that?
So like,
because we're already on the road to simulation theory.
Inception,
Like,
what you're sort of saying.
no, so like,
we're a world within a world.
We're in a simulation. So it's like people playing Grand Theft Auto. Now Elon Musk and people like that subscribe to this sort of idea, saying, "Listen, possible," because the way they're looking at it, see in 20 years' time, or 30 years, 40
So we're
years,
the
whatever.
Sims in reality.
We're the Sims. So you're a fucking
cunt
you're
has
an
actually
NPC
paid for like extras to buy on an add-on pack so that we can sit here and talk shit about nothing.
You're an NPC because I'm definitely conscious. Like,
Have you ever watched that movie Free Guy?
no, but
Mate,
I've
It is actually such a good show.
Luke's
Like,
he's a computer game guy, isn't he?
Aye. The whole it's like Grand Theft Auto if one of the non-player characters discovered that they were in a game and became self-aware. But it's a good film. I actually watched it the other day just for a laugh. Like it's not a super film.
It's fun,
but it's a good fun film that you have a good eye laugh watching, going, oh fuck, that's actually nuts. And then it gets you thinking about
simulation.
What happens if we were a simulation?
Oh, that's crazy.
I think I wouldn't buy so much into the fact that we're, but again,
You don't know.
we are. That's not simulation theory, but we're getting really fucking deep now after fucking everything.
Told you, leave it with me, mate. I'll get you there.
Whatchamacallit? I find it mad that everything's atoms vibrating at a very fast frequency drawn to each other. So we're not actually a physical form per se. We're just a bunch of tiny wee things that have decided to stick together and create the form that we perceive through our eyes. And it's the same way as sound. You only hear things because it's not actually a sound. It's how the air vibrates around you. That shit wouldn't happen if you were digital.
I read a book called Biocentrism a while back, right?
Right.
And what it's basically saying is, so see particles and all, see whenever they're in this Hadron Collider thing and that, they only work when humans are observing them.
Yeah.
So if everything is made of particles, if no one is observing outside now, is it actually there?
Well, that's the argument that you have. If a bear shits in the woods, does it really shit?
If a tree falls in the woods, doesn't make a noise. Exactly, but that's what they're saying. So like, when they're doing all these experiments, the particles are fucking ramming into each other, but when no one is observing it, they don't.
Yeah, but then that's like saying, so if you know a bit about game design, whenever you're playing like these open world games, whenever you're turning around, the camera perspective of whatever's behind you isn't actually there. It only appears when the game renders it and loads it. So what's your perception of if you were in the town and you look down to look at your phone?
Nothing's there.
Do people actually walk past you, or is that now not a playable part of your simulation because you're now focused on this, and once you look up, then life is rendering? Is that what you're saying?
Well, but what biocentrism isn't saying about in like a simulation theory, what it's just saying is if humans are not, it's saying is in all humans are not observing things, do they actually exist? Now, I don't know if it was ever debunked. This was about 7 years ago. I read this book, like, you know what I mean.
See, I do believe that. Not again. It's not fucking simulation or anything, but our light spectrum that we can see through the human eye is.
Bet yours is shite.
What?
Your light spectrum shite.
Oh no, mine's definitely shite, mate. Is that lights over there? Is it?
Shite on your finger.
Not your thumb. Yeah. What was I even saying?
I don't know.
Oh, well, the light spectrum. We can only see a certain amount of light on the spectrum.
You can only hear a certain amount of frequencies
but
on the spectrum too.
The spectrum is so wide and vast. Like the way dogs only see in black and white, but they can see sort of infrared type vision, so they would see things that we don't see. And like people who just prescribe to the ghosts and all that, there, like that's why dogs would sit and bark at corners, because they can see shit that we can't see or that gets picked up in certain cameras. So I would buy into there could be things that we can't see.
Different dimension. In my mind, that's the most likely thing, is there's different dimensions. And I'm not even saying ghosts or fucking anything. Like, I'm just saying, like, if there's space travel, it's probably through the dimensions.
Yeah.
Because what they seem to think now is it's like there's layers to the universe. And like,
it's like a way of
the black hole
as opposed to fucking vast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Right,
so they were talking about films and stuff where, now, I know you're going to say Star Wars. So, and I would probably say like Marvel. That's been my most enjoyable. But out of films, what has been your favourite film? Because there
Not
was
Star
one,
Wars.
not Stars. I watched one last night, or not last night, the night before. It was on Channel 4 or something. American Made.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise about your man Barry Seal, who was like smuggling he was bringing guns down to fight the communists in South America, and then he was bringing all the gear back for Pablo Escobar, but he was working for the CIA, but he was responsible for the biggest drug cartel. I mean, it was such a great fucking film, like, but then it got me thinking, like, I haven't watched a good film like that in ages.
I don't think that there is good films now.
No, but go back, break back
oh, no,
as far as you
if you
want
were
to go.
going back, like I've got a good few. Like I love the spaghetti westerns of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. A Fistful of Dollars. I can't remember what the third one is, but they were fucking great movies. I love watching them. Big Daddy was another one by Adam Sandler.
Oh, smasher!
I love Big Daddy.
Yeah.
I actually, whenever
I'm Scuba Steve.
whenever I wipe my own ass.
I want my
It is.
Sonny, I want my ass.
Adam Sandler had a good
He had
few
some,
before he kind of like pigeonholed himself like the Water Boy.
The Water Boy's
That was a
smasher.
fucking
Happy
great film.
Gilmore, it
Oh,
deserves
yeah.
a reboot. That
Happy, no, don't.
No,
That's the problem with things now.
he needs
Stop
to come back.
things.
See, even to be fair, he had one like 50 First Dates and all. They're all funny as fuck.
They
Like.
are, but it's just
They're
because
fucking great.
everybody just pigeonholed him. It's like that's all you can do. He didn't have a broad spectrum of
Did
acting.
you
It was
watch
just silly comedies.
Uncut Gems?
No.
Mate, it's not a comedy. Like, it's a serious movie about a gambler, a Jewish gambler. That like he was like a jeweler as well.
Yeah.
Mate, he was fucking brilliant in it. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't finish it. I fell asleep and then
Oh,
went back.
sounds like it was brilliant.
No, it was so good. But it was when you're watching it fucking 3 o'clock in the morning. It's not good. Like,
50 First Dates, a good film.
yes, Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
That vocal's been fucking turned out. See, one of my favourite, there's two, like, obviously in the last maybe 15 years, was Wolf of Wall Street was really
Oh, it was a
fucking
good film. Yeah.
And The Departed, Jack Nicholson, fucking.
I never seen The Departed.
Mate, The Departed is so good. And I think it's about your man Whitey Bulger. Well, based loosely on him.
Yeah.
But I think it was Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon. So, like, Matt Damon was working for Jack Nicholson, but he was a peeler.
Yeah.
But Jack Nicholson raised him and put him through the academy to be a spy.
Right.
And then Leonardo DiCaprio was working with Jack Nicholson, but he was actually a peeler. Mate,
Right.
it's such a fucking good show. Like,
Something to watch when you're not tired, though.
mate, check
Catch
that
Me
out.
If You Can was a good
That's
film.
another special. Leo's fucking great, actually.
See, there's certain actors
Django
that
as well. That was another
you
good
hear
one.
that they're in it, and you'll watch it just because you know they'll not deliver. Like Tom Hanks, he's one of them.
Yep.
And I think that's another
Saving
lost
Private
art within
Ryan, mate.
acting. There's not
Incredible
any
film.
modern actors who you would think, yeah, you're gonna nail every part. Like Leonardo DiCaprio, yeah. Fucking Denzel Washington's another one.
Yeah.
Your man, is it Jamie Foxx?
The Equalizer, did you ever watch that?
No.
Denzel, mate, it's like he was now like I don't know, like an army man or a CIA guy or something, but he had retired, and then they robbed like the shop he was working in. He was working in like B&Q, and they robbed it. Only Home Depot.
Down at fucking
Boucher.
Nottingham there, wasn't it?
But he was working in this fucking like Home Depot or B&Q, whatever you want to call it, and like one of the girls gets robbed, and then he goes and equalizes it. He just goes and starts racking everyone, mate.
But again, I suppose he does a few of them. Like that's the Man on Fire. That was a fucking great film.
Don't know if I've seen that one.
He's like a bodyguard to this wee girl, and they take her, and he's like, I'm gonna, but he doesn't like kids, and obviously that changes him. They taken a film 1, 2, 3 as well. That was a good film.
It was a good. I remember your mom.
But here is best one, Training Day. Training Day, mate. What?
I've never seen that one.
Have you never seen
No.
Like that? That's a film you have to watch, mate. I'll not even tell you anything about it because it is so fucking good, mate. I would say, yeah, Training Day is definitely up there as one of my favorites.
American Gangster?
Yes.
Fucking wonder show too. It's on fucking ITV.
What was the one? I can't remember if it was Denzel Washington
Rush
or not.
Hour?
The guy's in jail, but he's not in
Shawshank
jail.
Redemption?
No, is he in jail? He plans a terrorist attack on the city.
Oh, it's your man from over here, from down south, Jared Butler.
Yes, Jared Butler's in it.
Oh, fuck.
It's
a cracker where he's doing it from he
He
does it
from the
outside,
inside,
and then
tunnel
he's got a tunnel and all, but he
yeah.
starts outside and then he gets arrested but continues
Yeah.
on. Because I think
'cause
his
he
wife
needed
or
to-
something get killed or
yeah.
something by...
Cause he was like the president's bodyguard or something, and then it all went wrong.
that's a great show, actually. I remember going to the pictures to see that there.
Yeah.
Fucking, what do you call it?
I can't remember now.
We'll find out now. But I know that was a fucking wonder show, like.
Jared Butler's a fantastic actor as well.
He is. And it's even big Liam Neeson from over here, like.
Oh, why?
Or Taken. That fucking one speech where he's like, I have a
The phone call?
like, that's been fucking everywhere. Let's find out what you call that there, because that's worth watching. He's been in a couple of good ones where the Olympus is fallen, where like he
that was a fucking. I think that's where I'm getting. He worked for the president. That was.
That you're getting too confused.
Even he done 300, didn't he?
Oh, that's another one. Like the way they made that.
Sparta. The fucking camera effect.
It was
amazing.
sort of more like a DC sort of film, like a Batman-y thing.
Yeah, it was like somebody put like a
like
cartoon filter on it or something.
Yeah, it was really, really good. London is he's been in a couple, 3. Law-abiding citizen.
Yeah, that's
2009.
Law-abiding citizen. Fantastic.
That's
show.
a great shout that there. Man, then you've got the crackers, mate. The funny ones like fucking Jim Carrey, like
Ace Ventura.
Like, mate, there's nothing funnier with no lines than him coming out as like a fucking baby out of the rhinos.
Jesus.
Man,
Mommy, what's
so fucking...
Mommy, that rhino's giving birth.
And you just see his face. It's fucking hilarious, mate.
Oh, it is.
It really is, mate. Like, and there, mate, see that whole wee scene by the wee girl speaking. There was no lines. Like, it was just him because his fan broke or something. Inside.
But again, that's another actor that kind of got typecast in a certain role, and it was just like, right, we need someone to be silly as fuck. Jim Carrey, he's the man. Did you ever see Jumanji? The original Jumanji, not rebooted Jumanji.
But I watched the 2 rebooted ones, not recently.
The rebooted ones are shit.
I didn't enjoy them, but I do remember Robin Williams. Like I remember bits of it, but I don't vaguely know another one. Was
again another
Me,
actor.
Myself, and Irene. Is it?
Aye.
Fucking Ben Stiller. He had a few smashers. You see where he comes. He's trying to have a wank before he goes and meets her, and he comes on his. She goes, "Oh, heard you?"
I need some of that.
You couldn't make out the day because what do you call
something about Mary? Is that not?
That's something about Mary. Aye, that's it. Aye, sorry. Me, Myself, and Irene was Jim Carrey.
He's the cop.
Aye, but that one something about Mary. You couldn't do that today because like what do you call him? Lee Evans. He was pretending to be handicapped.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Like sure, Johnny Knoxville. Did you ever see the movie The Ringer?
I watched that.
You couldn't do that today.
No, I watched that, mate. I watched that in intensive care. I'm
gonna do this.
I was like, you need to get me like a DVD or something to watch. And I was like obviously you couldn't just like fucking Google back then. You didn't have a phone like that. You had like an old brick. I was like, just go and get me a couple of funny DVDs, and he came back with a ringer. And I had it on intensive care. I see, like last week I was in intensive care. I was the only person in there awake. I mean, I was watching it, just laying the bed off my head on painkillers, and all the nurses were like, "You've got to turn that down. Like that's very offensive."
I'm a DJ. I'm deaf.
I was like, "Well, but that was fucking wild."
Are you a South Park fan?
Yes and no. Like I haven't watched all of them, but if it's on at night time, she'll not have it. Like
well, no, like that type of humor. Have you watched Team America: World Police?
Yes,
mate, that's fucking brilliant.
Like.
I watched it the other day as well, just for fucking something in the background, and you just forget how funny some of the wee quips in it are. And but again, another film you couldn't make now. I love how South Park fixed themselves so that they don't get cancelled in their recent season because
Tolkien.
They had Tolkien. They're like, no, his name's Tolkien, like J.R.R. Tolkien.
Unbelievable.
I was like, what a play.
He was the only black guy in the whole film, too, wasn't he? Or the whole show.
Have you ever seen Basketball?
Basketball,
they made that before South Park.
Basketball, actually, stick that up there just to have a wee nosy. It rings such a bell.
They make a game which is a mix of baseball and basketball. Oh, I just wrote basketball.
Spell check.
Basketball
movie.
I'll be old.
This rings such a bell.
Can we even play this? Will we get fucking in trouble?
I don't know.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Oh, advert, wanker advert.
Need to get that ironed out. don't hit it until, don't change the screen until we're there.
Yeah, it's alright.
Basketball, mate. I'm pretty sure I have seen this loads of times, like, but I need to refresh my memory because
It's so
rings
funny
such a
hearing all
bell.
the South Park characters' voices though, and you're like,
Is
so
that
that's
so? Is
kinda-
that all the ones that do the?
it's a real life movie, so it's two fellas, Matt and Trey.
In a world where professional sports had sunk to a new low,
Do you remember 90s trailers?
Same guy's voice.
invented a
These
game
guys are making a movie about something.
that took them
I have seen
to
this.
the
mate.
big time.
Hard to believe that just 5 years ago, this game was played only on driveways.
And it's hard to believe just 5 years
Even
ago,
that.
those girls were only in grade school.
From the director of The Naked Gun and starring the creators of South Park
What an unfortunate thing
I
to
thought this
happen
was made
on
before
Dozen
South
Egg
Park.
Night.
comes a story about their rise to stardom.
Would you mind signing these?
Sure. Oh.
The fans who adored them
Joey?
The good old fucking
Here.
slapstick
My
comedy.
biological father?
and the forces
Players of your caliber should be making the big bucks, don't you agree?
that drove them apart.
Dude, you turned down Kane's off without even talking to us.
Dude, I'm not gonna cave in. Dude! 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 Dude!
I remember that.
Dude.
Well, I guess you've got a point there.
Universal Pictures presents
I love kids.
What's up, big guy?
Amazing.
God, needs a little work on the hands.
He's blind, Doug.
Trey Parker, Matt Stone,
Guess I'll take my shot now.
Yasmin Bleeth,
That's kind of like Jim Carrey-esque.
Jenny McCarthy,
I finally got all the chrome off this for you.
Robert Vaughn,
It's nice. It's very nice.
You want me to start on this one?
and Academy Award winner Ernest Borgnine. This summer, experience the passion and the triumph.
I'm the king of the world! Yeah!
Basketball.
I don't think I've ever been this excited.
You're excited? Feel these nipples.
Oh, I may remember that alright. But I need to go and watch that again. Like,
It's a fucking great old show. Like I thoroughly enjoyed having a rewatch of it the other week there. I was like, yeah, take it.
class. Mate, there's been some good ones. Like, I think,
Do you not think political correctness has fucked films?
yes, Hangover was the last good one, I think.
'Cause, yeah, the Hangover films were good, but like you can't say anything now without anybody getting offended. So you're trying to make mildly funny stuff that is just mediocre because you've grew up with stuff that was funny. Like it wasn't wild and inappropriate. People might be, oh, but that was the times. Like, well, no, it's still the fucking time. You're just a wee crybaby about it.
Yeah.
And there's certain things that, yeah, you sort of look back, like we were talking about this the other day, smoking in pop bars and all, you sort of think, fuck, that was only 15 years ago. Like, that stopped, but now you're like, oh, could you imagine someone lighting up? Like, there was a point in restaurant history where there was a smoking and non-smoking section, but how do you have a smoking and non-smoking section inside a fucking building? Like, do you know what I mean? If you sat there and said you were going to smoke
And
a
this is
fag,
the border.
and I sat up
Yeah.
there, I'm still going to smell your fag when I'm eating my dinner, but everybody's like, smoking or non-smoking, as if it made a fucking difference, and now it's...
Even they used to do it on planes too. There used to be smoking and non-smoking on a plane.
But like movies and stuff, it's just, they can't write stuff because they don't want to offend people.
And
Certain
they don't want to
people-
take the risk and lose money.
Yeah.
Like, I seen a Matt Damon interview, actually. He was talking, not about political correctness, but he was talking about, like, see, back in the day, you could have risked making a shit film.
Yeah, 100%.
Because, yeah, right, it went to cinema and it made it done really shit in the cinema.
Yeah, but then you get all these like cult
No,
followings when it comes out
yes,
in DVD
the
and stuff.
DVD then
Like
would have got,
Sharknado.
yeah, you would have got a fucking real bump off of the DVD, and then fucking years later you would have got more off the DVD, of the DVDs, and as you say, like Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah.
Done shit in the cinema, but then they had a cult. Your man Kevin Smith got a cult following, and like I loved Jay and Silent Bob whenever I was younger. But
But it's a
like, the
certain niche
DVDs
of-
was what made him money. But it was
Yeah.
like 10 years later.
No, that's
you know
it.
what I mean?
But that's because then there was a brand of movie came out of stoner comedy, and people just started getting high.
Harold
watching
and
these.
Kumar.
Yeah. Oh, it's fucking Half Baked was another one. That was a fucking good old film.
Half Baked, Friday.
The Friday films.
Fridays were good. What made the best ones
Hi,
were
hi,
funny ways,
that was-
like fucking scary movie.
Aye.
Like you could never do that now.
Scary movie like that changed the
This is
the
my
game.
strong hand.
Like now it just seems like fucking. It doesn't say take my strong hand. We had an argument about this the other night. Not me and you. But
I was gonna say
it's one of these like fucking placebo effects where it's like people think in Star Wars like, no, look, I'm your father.
What's he
but it's
say?
like,
This is my strong hand.
and he just says take my hand. But it's because it's his wee gimpy hand. Or what is it? Well, I'll find out what it is he says. But it's not take my strong hand because I thought it was take my strong hand.
Yeah.
Scary.
I thought it was this is my strong hand.
Take my hand. Mandela effect.
That hurts, man. That really hurts. My clothing line is single-handedly...
What's that? That's still from basketball. Have to remember to stop them videos too. Oh, no adverts in this one. You up your dick. Oh, see if he says take my strong hand.
This is my strong hand.
Oh, take my hand. Come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me.
Take it. Take my hand.
It doesn't.
But he says it's not strong enough. So that's obviously what the crack is.
Like even though I remember in the first one where he was going in, he was going into Raider and he done that and all the pubes, and then he sticks her to a roof. It's like what the fuck?
They changed the game with them films because there's so many copycats of Scary Movie now, but at that time, no one had ever. Like, you had the parody movies of, like, the Carry On films back in the 70s, but that was more fucking, like, back in the day when no one really talked about sex or anything, so it was funny to have a wee fucking movie that was all, like, very, very aimed towards sex, but it wasn't. You could cover yourself.
It wasn't really that sexual,
like,
but it was...
behave and all that there bollocks, but, like, Scary Movie decided, we're gonna just make fun of how shit scary movies are. And they've done it, like, it could have been a complete flop, but they've done it so well. They didn't do it well enough that it needed another 8 fucking films, but...
I know, because they ended up bringing fucking, what do you call him?
Charlie Sheen and
all in them. I like the first two, I think they were pretty good.
Yeah, the first two were good.
I remember them, like that one, and then the one, obviously, where it was Scream.
Yeah.
And then I remember him stabbing her in the tit and pulling out her implants.
Oh, wow. Shorty fucking going, do you want to hit this? It's fucking along.
What's that?
Fuck, do you remember how annoying that was?
Oh, fuck, I know.
And then that got replaced by the fucking Budweiser frogs. Budweiser. Don't remember them?
I don't remember them.
Oh, mate, they were annoying as fuck, them wee frogs. Child found Crazy Frog the other day.
I remember.
Crazy Frog?
I remember.
Do you know that Crazy Frog has now branched into multiple different songs? So, like, that Axel F. Dun, 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 dun. They've now got bim, bim, bong, get bom, bom, and the whole thing's fucking him. They've got Queen, We Are the Champions, Crazy Frog edition. You're like, why does he need to have all these? Did he not die a long time ago with my youth? How is Crazy Frog still doing the fucking rhymes?
Right, so listen to this here as you're playing that. When it comes to music right now, the hunger for nostalgia and familiarity feels greater than the hunger for new. Samples and interpretations on new records seem to be outperforming anything fully original.
Yep.
But are we craving it? Are we craving the...
No, I think it's people have got to a point now where they know that everything works and there's a certain formula. People now want to succeed so much that they would rather copy the formula and make it than actually jump out of that box and take the risk and be like, well, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But people also aren't like, so that's from an artist perspective, but I would imagine from an audience perspective, people aren't willing to accept something different. There's too much slobbering done online, and people are like, oh, you've tried something different. Fuck you, you're shit. It's like, well, no, I'm just trying to broaden my fucking horizons.
Me and you talked about it a while back. It was we were driving down the road going to a gig or something, and we had the radio on, and it was like, Rapture, come on. Yeah. But it was like a new rap over it. Now you've got this tune that's basically Zombie Nation.
Yeah.
But it's just got a rap over it.
But whether it's music or movies or TV shows, everything's rehashed now.
Everything, music-wise, like, the radio especially, it's all older, like, melodies and riffs being used. Like, the same that David Guetta one, remember the one I was saying to you about, Blue? It's the best fucking night of my life. Like again, like that tune. That's a good one actually. There, I seen the video about it. That wee girl and David Guetta made that in 2017, but the label were like, nope. So it sat there for a load of years, and then a year and a half ago, she put a TikTok up of her singing it.
Yeah.
It got like 65
They
million
were like,
views.
here.
They're like, oh, here you will take it. But again, it seems to be a lot of artists are doing that now. Like obviously we have always done it. We have took older tunes and just like miced them up or fucking bootlegged them.
Yeah.
But like we still do a lot of original stuff. But a lot of artists, the bigger artists now, and even the crowds, I've noticed, like in our sets, when we're playing our sets, the newer tunes, not even from us, like newer tunes
that are just original from
artists aren't doing as well as when you play like the remix of Rapture or Zombie Nation, things like that. Like the fucking place erupts. Like it's one really artist, strange. Like
there's an artist recently who's put out a couple of tunes, and their most recent tune, like if I feel like it's successful because of the name of the artist, but if this was wee Billy Nobody and they stuck it out and said, oh, what do you think of my tune, that would get slated online because it's so simple and basic. Like I don't even want to slate anybody, but it just sounds like there's not a lot of effort has went into the song, but yet it's fucking blowing up. And
music is subjective, like
that's what I mean.
It really is like things that we don't like, because we do have a really similar taste in that regard. Like we've been doing the same sort of shit for fucking 10 years, but we also have a very broad taste compared to most artists within our scene, like, which is something we can be proud of. And but like some of the stuff that I hear from trance DJs and all is so simple.
Yeah.
But it's so effective, mate. Like all it is a kick, a bass that is like a reverse bass, and a wee fucking simple riff.
Reverse bass is fucking taken over.
But it's not even
like that reverse bass.
It's not reverse
sound.
bass that we would call reverse
Aye,
bass.
but it's that sound that is now starting to infect everything from fucking techno all the way right up.
Oh, it's crazy, mate. And it's always been good. Like I'm sure MKN's like, fucking hell, I stuck around here all this time and you bastards are coming in and taking it all.
Well, that's it. But
it is crazy, the simplicity in some of the tracks. But again, is that where we, like, obviously Tapestry of Our Lives, or I was actually looking at it the other day, it's only 100 channels in it. 100 exactly. Now, obviously, I made the kick, bounced it all down, recorded it, so that went into one. A couple of other things I've done, like things like that, but it's still only 100 channels, and it's really cool. Whereas there's like, if I was looking back at like Love the Rave and all, like you're talking 200 channels, like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you remember The Danger? That was like 27 channels, and we thought we were amazing.
I know we did.
We rocked that round clubs and all. We're like,
27 channels. I remember after finishing, well, holy fuck, that's a lot of channels.
I know. Now you look at it and go, that's a breakdown.
That's your mixing bit. That's crazy. But no, it's actually really, it's madness how the scene, that people are nostalgic. They want the old stuff now, and it's
could that be because of COVID and everybody, because they had time to kill, they went back and visited stuff that they enjoyed in their childhood or watched movies that they haven't watched in years, and now the brain has shifted to be like, oh, nostalgia.
I don't know, mate. Good. I think I haven't thought about it much, so I might be speaking out my arse here. But what it is the most of the people who are at our gigs are 18 to 24. Mm-hmm. I think it's just the melodies are that good. We all know they are. Yeah, it's resonating with people.
They're still alive.
They're still hitting. And then obviously people are going back, like so that fucking Jacoby and Alex Prospect Zombie Nation tune, mate, I hammer it all the time. It fucking like your first or second tune, mate, it does the business, like gets people right up for it. But most people probably think that's the tune.
Yeah.
That we're playing to. But I don't know, mate. Obviously, I don't know if I'm talking about my arse here or not, maybe. But I don't know. It's just strange that everybody's doing it at the moment, and it's working. Like Ben Nicky, like see, like that We Come One. Ben Nicky, you know what I mean? Like it's fucking 500 million streams or something.
That's crazy numbers.
So I mean, like, and it's a fucking faithless.
But that's it. But again, I don't get it either. I think, but it kind
Should
of.
we just go and get a load of acapellas here and just?
Well, I always joke there that I think it would be good to do a load of remixes of classic hardstyle, but with a new modern twist on it. But the problem with that being is you're investing an awful lot of time into tunes that you're probably not going to be allowed to release unless you go bombing and blowing and begging to get the rights, and then you'll lose all rights to it anyway, so you may as well just make fucking original music.
No, I prefer it's a lot more creative and fun to do original music, and it comes from within. Do you know what I mean? But
it kills creativity as well, because you're like, I'm making this, but as you say, everyone just wants old stuff.
Old school bangers, yeah. Like it's scary how well they go down in our sets, like.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
That's why we play them.
What do you do, mate? No, I mean, it's just the way it is at the moment. It'll come back around too. Like I remember, like
we're adaptable. That's one good thing about us. And that's how we've ended up doing this for 10 years. What date is it? I just realised something.
17th.
Let's say where's the fucking calendar? Is it our anniversary?
The day?
I think so.
Fuck, I don't know.
When's it my anniversary? Because I met you a week before. I keep going into settings instead of my calendar. What's 17? Add 7. 24. No, yesterday.
Yesterday?
Was it yesterday?
10 years of Phase 2.
Yesterday was our anniversary. Happy anniversary,
Happy
love.
anniversary, big man.
But the point I was making is the reason that we've hung about for so long is because we are adaptable. At the start, we were playing subground, and then we're right, this isn't working, so we went and played hardstyle. And we were able just to play originals and raw and whatever we want. And now we've seen that the scene is changing and they want things, but we've been able to still accommodate, find fresh, modern versions of these tunes that people have still not heard.
Yeah.
And deliver them. People are like
with the Phase 2 twist.
Yeah. So it still works, and you have to be adaptable. Like there's so many. I was actually thinking about this the other day, coming back from the school with a child. There's so many artists from back in the day who were class, but they kind of refused to move with the times, and their sound became antiquated. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's still class, and you still enjoy them, but it's just not what people want now. And then they just sort of fall by the wayside, and they're like, well, why is this not still kicking? It's like,
but then 10 years after that, they hit a fucking surge again because
your legend sets and all that there.
It's cycles, man. It really is. At the end of the day, right now, it's all about the old school remixes and productions of that ilk. But and like I was going to make this point a minute ago, and like back maybe 5 or 6 years ago, it people didn't want that. People wanted original music. You know what I mean? So it will come back around again, but it's really strange the nostalgia within everyone at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think you could be right, man. I think it could be COVID really fucking. Do you know what was the first? Now it doesn't have to be hardstyle. I think the first like dance music tune where you listened to and you were like, oh.
Yuji by Mahanika Hardstyle Disco was the one that got me invested in either that or Tony DeVito The Dawn.
That's a good tune, Tony DeVito The Dawn.
He
was a fucking boy, him like.
That was the two tunes that sort of. Before that, I was a full skateboarder, fucking heavy metal rocker.
With me was Zombie Nation, like, but I was young. My mum and dad were still. Mum, my God.
Oh, he's at it again.
My man and dad were still together, right? And we lived in Wheatfield, like the house that they owned, and they had like a hi-fi system in the front room. And it was like fucking 98 or I don't know what it was. No one of them CDs. And like it had like Westlife and all on them and all.
I think I had the same now when I got it for Christmas because it had Zombie Nation on it.
That was
like,
the only. But I'd never heard it before in my life. Like any dance, it was just like my man would have listened to fucking. I mean, Westlife or whatever else, but I was flicking through a CD with the headphones on, sitting in the front room in this big hi-fi system, and Zombie Nation was the one where I remember like sitting there and I kept going back, back and back.
See, saying that now, thinking about it, not that I enjoyed the tunes because I was too young to understand, but whenever my sister was younger, so there's 8 years between us, so she used to go to the Coach when she was in her 20s, so I would have been.
Did she had a reunion that weekend there?
Yeah, seen
Where
that there.
was that? Was it in the Coach?
No idea. I'd seen a picture pop
I
up
seen
for it
Mandy
the other day.
Reid right in the. It was good to do a Coach reunion in the venue.
Aye.
Which then I was like, in the venue? Is it not a church now? But then.
There's a place called the
Is
venue.
there somewhere called the venue? But then I never never looked any further than her post. Like,
she used to go to the coach back when it was properly the coach, and would have listened to like Born Slippy in the house. So I think Born Slippy, Scatman, fucking DJ Quicksilver, Bellissima. Have you ever heard that tune?
No.
Oh mate, this is a fucking. Wait do you hear this? I'll only just play a wee fucking quick jobby of it. DJ Quicksilver, Bellissima. No, I don't want a bass boost it. I just want the fucking tune. And no, Alexa, don't fucking talk to me. I was just gonna talk to me like it.
Sorry, it's not.
Bitch.
How you doing, Dave?
Let's see.
Can I help you?
Have it. Oh, no, we've only got a wee fucking
survey.
Fuck you, survey.
Right.
There you go.
Hit full screen. Aye, of course. Just didn't know the name of it.
I think that probably would have been the first dance song that influenced my life now thinking about it, because I think I had that on some tape and it was like rewind or cassette tape, rewind, listen to that again, rewind, listen to it again. But like even this is so
Sounds old, and that's crazy how
it's funny how hard that probably was to make, because they were
Oh,
using all
aye,
analog
recording
stuff and
all
having the chop and
recording
cheese and
each
like
line.
yeah. And now it's
Crazy.
just like you probably do that in an hour.
Speaking of that, how hard that would be, I'd like to give a shout out to Leo Clements, one of our PRs, and he's a big supporter of us. He see edits he's been making.
Yeah.
He's been making them on his fucking phone, on Fruity Loops mobile.
Right.
Which
I didn't
is
know that.
like, I was talking to him last night about it. So shout out, mate. That's very. You're really.
That's fucking impressive.
That's impressive, all right. Because see, once you go on the desktop, there's no going. There'll be going to be no stopping you, because like you're very limited to what you can use on there. Like there's not really good compressors or EQs or anything.
Oh fuck! It would break my heart not having quick keys.
Oh.
Jesus, control copy, control
'Cause he
paste.
sent
Nah,
me-
fuck.
He goes, I've been working on this tune and making these kicks, blah blah blah. And he sent me in a video, and it was on. I was like, that looks like Fruity Loops mobile, because I remember having it on the iPad a few
Aye.
years ago. Well, a few years ago, like way back. And I was like, fuck, how are you making all that there? And he goes, I've just moved to the desktop version, but everything I've made. Now, obviously, it's all just, it's like mashups he's been doing.
Aye.
So he's just layering things and using audio, but
Aye,
still
but
see to
doing
get
it
it
on
in
the phone
time
is
and all that.
fucking- yeah.
You know what I mean? Murdoch and Pete played some of his stuff at Planet
Aye,
Love.
at the end, yeah.
So, like, fair play, mate. Keep at it.
Yeah,
and as
that's
say,
fucking very impressive.
I was talking to him last night, and obviously you know yourself, the music school's opening back up again once we get this event out of the way.
Yeah.
Obviously in here's the fucking in here's perfect now, so we're good to go. And yeah, get yourself down and we'll help you out. But fucking fair play,
Yeah,
shout out.
That
like.
is awesome.
So we'll wrap it up, then, Dave.
Yes, I think that's a good note to end it on. I think it's a record-breaking show. Anniversary
No,
show.
I
It
think
had to be the longest.
Paul Woods one was longer, was it?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know either. But it's definitely, it was fun talking about movies and shit there. I enjoyed it. But no, it's deadly serious. Not Fazed. Buy your tickets, because it's selling really well. And obviously we want to get as much out the way, so less pressure on us before the thing. And
yeah, we can actually fucking sit and relax.
sit and relax and enjoy it. But I'm really looking forward to it. Fair play to Darrow. He's been fucking murdering it on like sharing the stuff and all. Looking forward to getting him. Jason and all are in there, coming in this Saturday, so that takes more pressure off too, and I'm to worry. So everyone
days.
is coming in on this Saturday. Sorry, this probably should have been a conversation for all.
Yeah,
of us.
sorry, we'll finish that and we're finished. As well, go and check out our sponsors. Do What You Want clothing. Again, sent us through another wee package of some lovely stuff. This hoodie was in it. The hats, the again, top quality products. Good for lazing about. It's also good for going out and about.
And also they support us, so that if you support them, the more support they'll give us, and that's what we need. So if anyone's supporting us and you want to support us, support them.
You tell them we sent you.
Yeah. Shout out, Do What You Want clothing. Appreciate it.
And
So,
on that note, until next week, mate.
Peace.